Hello, my lovelies. My name is Flor, and I am a transformational somatic healer and coach. Today, I want to talk about 3 reasons why your spiritual journey is so painful. And as silly as that sounds, I feel like everyone that is in it knows that it can be really hard at times. Um, and so, one reason would be that you are resisting you're resisting the changes you need to make. You're resisting the flow, kind of like flowing upstream in a river and trying to swim upstream because you're holding on to things that don't serve you. You're holding on to things. And as like love and light as that sounds, it's when we operate at a certain level for so long and we get used to certain people in our lives, we get used to certain patterns of thinking, we get used to just certain things, and we go through this awakening and we realize this is not vibrationally compatible with me. And sometimes that's very painful because we have to leave people behind. We have to basically reconstruct our entire being and leave our old self behind. Um, and so resisting that can really lead to a lot of pain within us and also grief, which is a part of the process. And another reason is just growing pains. Um, it just hurts to grow at times. And what's so beautiful about the spiritual journey is that sometimes when we grow, we feel so ecstatic and we feel like, holy shit, I can do anything. I am God. I am a goddess. I am beautiful. I'm creative. I am awesome. And then we go through stages where our old self kind of creeps back in and we have to heal that part of ourselves continuously in layers, um, because we're rewiring deep-rooted systems within us, deep-rooted ways of being. And so, we may get tired, and especially being a woman, um, when you reach your late luteal phase and your body is slowing down, you may notice that you are more irritable and um, maybe you're harder on yourself in this time because your body wants to slow down, but you want to keep going, and then all this stuff comes up of thinking about like old things that you thought you had healed. And so I try to shift my perspective on that, and instead of feeling like, oh my God, I've healed this so many times. I've dealt with this self-image stuff so many times. I've gone in, done like inner child meditations, everything I can do, like EFT tapping, and experienced breakthroughs from that. And now it's back. But I feel like that's an opportunity for us to say, okay, this part of me is still hurting, so I'm going to go inside of myself and offer them compassion, and also set a boundary with that energy, set a boundary with those beliefs, and be like, all right, I feel it in my body and I will allow itself to be expressed in my body, but I can also choose to take actions that I know are in alignment with me. So sometimes there are growing pains, just like growing from a child, just like my wisdom tooth that's coming in that fucking hurts. And also the third thing of why it's painful is it's a part of the journey. It's called a spiritual journey because journeys are very much up and down. Um, I feel like if we were always at the top of a mountain, like there's nowhere else to go. Um, and so a lot of times it's a matter of trusting yourself, trusting the divine guidance that you receive, and trusting the way that things are unfolding. Um, Daisy's talking. And when you, Daisy, 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 lay down. Come here. Aye, mama. Anyways, you gain wisdom by going through these things, even if it's things that are just in your head, like circles that you've been running in, you gain wisdom from that. You have the opportunity to gain wisdom from that, and you gain wisdom from it by looking at it, truly looking at the thing that you are so afraid of and learning from it. And when you truly face it, you step into your power and it no longer controls you. You are more in yourself. Therefore, this thing that you are struggling with isn't like holding on to you so tight. And sometimes we do this cyclically, and it can get exhausting sometimes, which is why it's very important, especially for us women, to rest when our body wants to rest. Not when that little thing in your head that's saying everything, it's not worth it, blah, blah, blah. All of those little yibby yabby beliefs. When your body is slowing down, you need to slow down too. And trust that that is just the season that you are in. You know, if the leaves didn't fall off in autumn, like spring wouldn't be as special because it would like always be spring, you know, we'd eventually just get sick of it. And so learning and realizing that as you go through this process, you are gaining your medicine. As you heal little by little, you learn more and more, and you just kind of, it's like I think of like my heart as like this little like medicine cabinet, and I'm just adding more medicines to there, and it's like compassion and strength and courage, um, and so yeah, that's just the three things. I'm sure there's so many more, but that just came to mind for me, um, and I just want everyone to think about that. And so it's really, once you realize that, first of all, my part of my spiritual journey was, it's like I was so sad and suicidal for a while in my life because my sense of worth came from outside of me. And so once I started my journey, it was like just finding the joy and the purity of like even just being outside. Like it's hot and I'm sweaty, but I'm like with the trees, and there's a tree over there that looks like a heart, and it's beautiful. And really like allowing yourself to be present in yourself can create so much more beauty in your life. So when you're going through the when you're driving through the potholes of your journey, you can say, you can look at it and be like, okay, what is this teaching me? What is my higher self telling me right now? So yeah, that's basically it. Um,